what your experience is?
Yeah, as you can appreciate, I'm very much into sharing information and helping each other, and I think that Farming Secrets is just the right thing at the right time as far as coming along. And I personally would much rather sit down and watch a DVD and learn from other people than read a book or get on the internet, which I do also, but I just think that the DVD of being able to sit there and get the visual of what's happening on people's farms, and to be able to sit down and see what the guys in Western Australia were doing with their farms was that's something that I'd never had access to if it wasn't for Farming Secrets, and the same thing for people over the country. So I think it's really great what you're doing.
Well, thanks, because it's a concept that I think it's quite hard for people to understand the value. It comes from talking to a farmer.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally found today extremely valuable.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I get the same thing. My wife looks at the bank statement and says, "What are you buying? What are you doing this for?" I say that's investment. In knowledge and just so much that's valuable, and it's all practical. It's practical knowledge, not theoretical or scientific knowledge. It's just down to earth how people are doing it. And just going to that Dalesford thing the other day and hearing the guy from Albury talk about the concept of these 3 levels of energy, from level 1, level 3, it's just, and we've been thinking of those lines, but he just simplified it so much. And his oat crop that had been sown 7 years ago and is still producing. That's just invaluable information just from sharing different people's ideas. And if somebody can get something out of what I'm doing, well, good luck to them.
No, of course it will. Because
it's virtually them against us in terms of the biological people against the status quo and the chemical farmers. But the future and the health of our future generations depends on us being heard, I think.
I think another extremely important thing we've said before is that many farms have got to a stage, especially small farms, got so little resources that they can't even build a new cattle yard because it's just the money isn't there.
Yeah.
So when farmers when farmers get your message that they can farm with a very small input, they can start making a profit on the farm.
Exactly.
Even though it's 100 acres or 200 acres.
Yeah, and one of the farmers that I supply has cut his cost of sowing his crop from 100,000 down to 20,000. Now that's huge.
In today's economy, it's
huge.
It's usually going the other way.
Yes, and he doesn't need to get the same yield as his neighbour to still be way in front because he's slashed his input costs. Yeah. But I'm fairly confident he will match, and especially in the drier times, that he's going to get full value for his the moisture that he does get, whereas the traditional farmer is really relying on good seasons to make a good dollar these days. And maybe good seasons might be just the rarity rather than the average.
Yeah, you can also be worried about rust and frost and a dry finish.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas the biological farmer usually has advantage in the area of rust and dry finishes and all those sort of things.
And we're getting to the stage now we're not only reading about that, but we're seeing it, and seeing live faces talking about it. They've done it, so we know that it's not just propaganda, it's real people doing it.
Yeah.